I have a question. Where were you on March 24th, 1984? I was a 4-month-old infant, probably rolling around in a crib or on the floor. If you were in high school, then you might be excited about this because, as you can tell from the title of this video, we are jumping into the Physicians Formula Breakfast Club collection. This is going to be a good video, and you don't just have to be a fan of the movie to appreciate what's inside. There's some good products in here, so we're going to get all into it. Stay tuned, keep watching if you're interested. It's a good one. Alrighty guys, so first of all, let me just address something. Yes, I have not posted in several months. I do apologize for my absence. Everything's fine. It's just I had an older iPhone and that's how I film my videos, and I ran out of space. It was an iPhone 8 and I had it for like 6 years, maybe longer. So it was time for an upgrade, but that's why I didn't film. I literally ran out of space to do videos. So I'm here, I have a new phone, I have an iPhone 13, so I'm hoping the quality of my videos is a little better. You may have noticed I have an intro now. I made that real quick just because I was like, I've had this channel for almost 3 years and I don't have an intro. Well, now I do. So welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, sorry for the hiatus. And if you are new, welcome. My name is Victoria and I primarily do unboxings, makeup try-ons, makeup reviews, some tutorials. I do have a try-on today. It's not really a tutorial, but I'm gonna use and jump into everything in the box. This is how I created this look. We're gonna talk about the collection itself, everything that comes in it, and the prices. I'm gonna do full swatches. So let's get right into it and let's just talk about this amazing collection. This is the entire collection in this box. Now this box is pretty dang cool. It has all the different, character labels. But these are the photos on the cover of the box. There's the movie, very famous movie poster stills. And it's kind of hard to see, but I am wearing my Breakfast Club shirt. It says Squad Goals, and it's got the guys, this picture here on my shirt. This is one of my favorite movies, so this is why I bought the whole collection. However, it's also Physicians Formula, and Physicians Formula makes some really good products. I've used several of their things. When you open the box, you get more pictures from the movie. This is the entire collection and it is pretty dang awesome. There's 2 face palettes, 1 eyeshadow palette, a mascara, and 3 lipsticks. That's the entire collection. I will go into individual prices on everything, but this box as a whole, straight from their website, was only $60, so $59.99. I got free shipping, and I believe right now there's still free shipping if you spend over 25 bucks. So if you want to get the whole collection, I think for $60, and considering what you get, it's a very good value, especially when you break down how much each individual product costs. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and drop in the footage of me swatching everything. I swatch every product with the exception of the mascara. But then I'm going to go into my try-on, how I did this look, because this is everything in the collection. And then we'll go into price points, give you all that good info. All right, so this is the Physicians Formula Being Bad Feels Pretty Good palette. It's in a nice plastic case. Clear window, there is no mirror. Opens up like this. We've got 12 shades that are mattes and metallics and shimmers. Pretty warm tone neutrals. There's some cool tones in here. The first shade's a matte, it's Detention. The second shade is Shimmer High School, little shimmery. Eat My Shorts is the next shade. 5 Strangers is the next shade, very metallic, very soft. The next shade is 1984, real pretty kind of goldy copper color. Not Who You Think I Am is this nice matte dark brown. We've Been Brainwashed is the next shade. Very pretty. Flare Gun is this gorgeous satiny purple. Get Real is this more kind of powdery matte purple with a little bit of glitter in it. Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club is that orangey color. Everything's Cool is this real pretty gold metallic. And I'm Not That Pristine is the last shade here. Now we're going to jump into volume 1 of the palettes, the face palettes. This is the lighter of the two. We've got pictures of the kids in the school on the inside. Each palette comes with 2 highlighters, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers. And volume 2, you can see, I'm going to put them side by side in a minute, but you can see it's just slightly deeper overall. There's also some different shifts of color in the lighter highlighters, which you'll see when I swatch in a minute. But yeah, this is volume 2, and this is how it compares to volume 1. You can see overall it's just a little deeper. Mostly you can tell in the second deeper highlighter shade, and then the blushes, it's just deeper overall. So the first shade I'm going to swatch in the first palette is the Brain. It has like a pink shimmer in it. The Princess is the lighter blush of this palette, and I did have to swatch it a couple times because it didn't really swatch very well. The lighter of the bronzers is the Athlete. The darker highlighter on this one is called the Basket Case. Love this one. Very pretty. The darker, more pinky rosy tone blush is the Rebel. And then the darker is Class of 84. Now, the shade names are actually the same on the second one, but I'm going to swatch them next to their relative shades so you can see how they differ. So once again, the Brain. This one has more of like a gold fleck in the lighter one. The lighter blush is more corally than the first. I do have to swatch it twice as well. For some reason, the lighter blushes just didn't swatch as well. The lighter highlighter is also the Athlete. On the first one, it's more shimmery. On this one, it's more matte, I noticed. The darker highlighter on this one in the Basket Case is more gold. Definitely gold. And then the darker blush on this one is the Rebel. Also, still. And then the darker, of course, once again, is Class of 84. And you just see how they compare to each other. Alrighty, and now we have the lipsticks. I love the packaging on this. Nice pink plastic and then the clear plastic lid. They're all called the Princess lipsticks. And the first shade here is The World is an Imperfect Place. It's more of like a corally pink, very bright pink, and with a little coral tinge. The second shade here is called I Don't Like Mondays. This is a more nude, almost like a wormy nude. I will be honest, I did put this one on. It doesn't look great on my skin tone, but I think it will look good on certain skin tones. And then the final shade is Get Real. This is probably my favorite of the 3. It is the one I'm going to put on just a little bit here. And it's more like a true rosy pink, slightly deeper, still pretty bright, but not as bright as the first one. And those are the Princess lipsticks. All right, guys, thanks for watching the swatching. I have a new setup, and I know that there was some shadows and probably not the best swatches, but it's we're gonna get better. We'll get better. I also have been doing these videos at night. I'm thinking I might need to do them during the daytime to get some better kind of color payoff for you. So thank you for hanging in there with me with those swatches. So let me go ahead and jump into the price of everything, and then we will get on to the try on and then my final thoughts. So the first thing I swatched was the eyeshadow palette. That does retail for $18.49. Each of the face palettes also retails for $18.49. The mascara is $11.99, and the lipsticks are $8.99 a piece. So if you buy everything individually, you're looking at $94.43 before taxes. But I think individually priced, it's a fair price. But for the whole collection, since I got everything for $60, like that's a really good value to me. I know I'm gonna use everything. So overall, it's a really good value, I think. Even if you want to just pick up a few pieces, I think it's still pretty affordable. Now, the brand as a whole, Physicians Formula, they are cruelty-free. They're not tested on animals. The face palettes are specifically made for sensitive skin, which is nice. I personally don't have sensitive skin, but I can appreciate that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop in the footage of how I got this look, and then we will wrap it up with my final thoughts. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and throw everything on. I've already done my foundation, my powder, my brows. Everything else in the set is basically like a full face. So I'm going to go ahead and film it. And hopefully I like what I come up with. This is going to be my first time using it. So here we go. Alrighty, so we got our palette here. Not really sure what I'm going to do just yet. I'm just going to kind of wing it. These are natural colors, but I know I want to use the purples. Y'all know I already swatched it, so it's a little dirty, but I think we're gonna start easy, and we're just gonna go in with this super neutral color here. I guess, yeah, the shades are on the back. This is the Tension. They're powdery. I'm noticing that. I did notice that when I swatched that the mattes specifically were gonna be, which, you know, I had a feeling a lot of times mattes are pretty powdery. Honestly, that really didn't do much of anything. It's like my skin tone, I guess. Sorry for the lighting. I have a new lighting set up, trying to make it work out here, but there still seems to be a really bad shadow in my eyes. So I'll do my best to move around so y'all can see. So I'm gonna go with this dark shade, once again, pretty powdery. That would be Not Who You Think I Am. Yeah, I believe that's what that one is, yes. So let's give this a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and start my outer corner. Oh yeah, that's nice and pigmented. Hopefully it blends out well. Taking a nice blending brush here. This is my $1 Billion brushes, and this is actually a highlighter brush, but I use this a lot for blending into my outer corners and into like my crease area. My non-existent crease, which I always talk about because I have hooded eyes. So I kind of just have to make it like I have a crease, even though I don't really. That's a nice deep shade. That's pretty. I'm gonna bring it all the way in. Just what's kind of left on there, because that one dip did a pretty good job. That is a very pretty, it's a very cool tone brown. I thought it was gonna be more warm, honestly, because this is a very warm palette. I'm gonna do the other eye. All right, I did the other eye. So now we're gonna go in. I'm gonna use a slightly smaller brush, just because I'm not really sure how this is gonna go, but I'm gonna use the second purple shade. This one, when I swatched it, I don't know if you could tell, the first shade was more shimmery. The second one was more powdery, kind of like a matte with glitter in it. So it's slightly deeper too. And that's the shade Flare Gun, which is pretty funny if you've seen the movie. Pretty good amount of fallout. I'm using a much smaller brush here. This one I do like to use when I go in to my like outer V. Oh, that's a pretty purple. I don't know how well that's showing up. Let me lean in a little bit. Probably not as well as what I can see here. It's real deep, kind of on par with that pretty brown that I put. I'm gonna get a little bit more. Yeah, it's just gonna kind of make it a slightly purpley color. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, I went in a little heavy-handed with that second swatch there, but that is nice and deep. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. These are very buttery. I'm bringing that in as well. Ooh, I like that. That is pretty. It looks pretty deep, pretty heavy. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna do the other eye. All right, I did the other eye. Do have a little bit of fallout. I don't know if you guys can really see that. A little bit right there and there with that powdery purple shade. I'm gonna go ahead and use my blending brush. I have this nice big fat blending brush. Kind of soften some of these edges here. This is Ego Tools actual blending brush. It's a big fat fluffy. So I'm liking the way that this formula is blending. Those matte shades, I consider that purple a matte. It's like a matte with some glitter in it. And the pretty brown, they're blending nicely. They're very pigmented, but there is a little fallout, so just be aware of that. All right, soften up those lines a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just go in with one of the shimmer shades. This is the fourth one in. It's almost like a rosy tone brown. Now I noticed when I swatched it, I barely touched it. It's called Five Strangers. It was very, very, yeah, and it still is very soft. It almost has like a bounce. I'm gonna put this right in the center to the inner corner. And I always go with these types of shades with my finger because there's a lot more color payoff than just a brush. Oh yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. Check that out. Oh man. There is some shine there. And then I'll go in with that's one of my little detail brushes here just to kind of blend out the inner portion. Kind of soften those edges. Oh, that's pretty. Do the other eye. Wow, that is gorgeous. That is super, 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 almost like a foil. Oh, it's beautiful. I feel like the light's not doing it justice. Maybe when we're done, I'll take a nice little selfie so it'll show up a little better. Okay, I'm gonna go in with that tiny detail brush I just used a second ago. It's actually a smudge brush. It's really small. With the brown first, that same brown shade, and go under my waterline. I normally do just black eyeliner real harsh, but I've been using shadows more often under my waterline here to kind of define a little bit more. And it makes the eyeliner not as harsh. So it's almost like an eyeliner before I do eyeliner. You can see the difference between the two eyes. I'm going to do the other eye. And then I'm going to go back in with that pretty purple shade just to kind of do the same thing on top, basically, that I was doing the same thing on the bottom that I was doing on the top. I'll start with the outer corner and go in maybe just about halfway with the purple. All right, and then I will just kind of blend that out. I have another little blending brush here. I'm just going to soften that a little. I think the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little highlight brush here. And I'm going to use this one here as the second shade. I did swatch it to make sure it would work good. I'm going to use it as an under eyebrow highlight. I think it's going to work okay. This will just give it a little pop under my eyebrow. Yeah, it's like a nice shimmer. It's kind of like it's such a light brown that it's almost, there, see that little shimmer it did? It just brightens it up just a little. I'm actually going to go in the face palette and use the highlighter, not the light highlighter, but the darker highlighter. And I'm going to go in and do an inner corner pop. We'll see how that works. Just going to get up in the camera. Oh, yeah. Oh, that really makes it pop. Yep. All right. So that's it for the eyeshadow. What I'm going to do is run off camera, put on my liquid eyeliner on top and my black eyeliner on the bottom, and then I'm going to try the mascara. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Did the eyeliner on the top and the bottom to get a little closer so you can see. I absolutely love this look. And it's very smoky, it's very dark, but there's some shine. It's gorgeous. We're going to finish it now by doing the mascara. I don't know about y'all. I mean, I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking, I don't know if the design team was thinking this too, but it kind of looks like a dry erase marker. Now, I know back in the 80s, it was more about like chalkboard and chalk, but to me, this looks like, or just like a permanent marker, right? I don't know. That's just how I look at things. I'm gonna use my little Care Bear curler from the Care Bear collection. Give my lashes a good curl because we know I have the wimpiest, straightest little lashes in the world. And then we're going to go in with this mascara. Now, I've actually never used a Physicians Formula mascara. I have used their liquid liner. I've used some of their face products and lip products, but I've never used a mascara. So let's jump into this baby. This is the officially Physicians Formula Breakfast Club Detention Mascara in the color Ruckus Black. Could you describe the ruckus? What movie quote? This is what the wand looks like. It's a very skinny, kind of compact. It looks like a dryer formula, and it looks like natural bristles. So I like that. It looks like it'll probably grip under my lashes pretty well. Let me get kind of close while I do this. I feel like it's gripping onto my lashes pretty nicely. It's going on pretty black. It is definitely a dryer formula. And it looks like it's going to be nice and skinny and good enough to get here in my inner corner. Oh, yeah. Not super thickening. It's kind of like a good mascara. Not anything super crazy, but we'll give it a second go in a minute here. I'm going to do the bottom lashes. Okay, I like the way it's working on my bottom lash line. Okay, let's go ahead and go in for a second before it dries down too much. Okay, it seems to be building up nicely without clumping. I like that. Let's see if we can do a difference. I know it's kind of hard, it's not the best lighting. The difference between no mascara and mascara. We'll give it an okay. It's nothing spectacular, but I don't hate it. Let me go and do the other eye. Alrighty guys, I went ahead and did the other eye, and then I went ahead, let it dry, and then gave it another quick curl. Definitely a good mascara, not a great mascara. I mean, it's not a bad mascara. I like it, but it didn't do anything to wow me. For a drugstore, it's pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the face now, and then we're gonna do the lips. So we're gonna go into the Volume 1 palette. Grab my Care Bear brush here. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go in with the Rebel, the more kind of brighter pinky blush. I think I'm going to do the Brain highlighter, the lighter one, especially because it has pink flecks in it. And then I'm going to do the darker shade, the Breakfast Club class of, I'm sorry, the one that says the Breakfast Club in it, but it's actually the shade Class of 84. As a bronzer. I don't really bronze a lot, but we're gonna try it. I'm gonna use my Zoeva 108 face finish brush. It's this big old brush that I do use for bronzing. Not that I bronze all the time. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the Class of 84. Yeah, okay, so I should point out, this is a completely unscented palette. Everything is. But the ingredients in it are the murmur butter, not saying that right, and it's like the butter bronzers, and like if you've ever used any of the face products from oh, it's a little warmer than I thought. It's not bad though. If you've ever used any of the face products like the butter bronzers or the highlighters, it has like pretty much all the same ingredients, but for some way, shape, or form, or some way, it doesn't smell like anything. However, it's weird because when I opened the box, I got like that whiff of like that murmuring butter, because I used to use my very favorite highlighter ever. It like expired, like that's how long I had it. I had to throw it out. Plus it started to crack. It was one of the murmur butter highlighters. It was like almost like a rosy pink. It was this gorgeous highlighter from Physicians Formula. And it had that very evident, very like, if you've used any other products, you know what that smell is. So this is all unscented, like when you put it right under your nose, right? But I'm telling you, when I opened the whole box package, I got that whiff of like that butter. It's almost like when you smell like butter cake or like butter cookies and you can smell the butter. It's like you can feel the butter in your veins. It's like that smell, that underlying smell. So that's obviously, and the ingredients are in these products, but for some way, shape, form, somehow they were able to make it unscented. This is actually a pretty color, even though it's a little warmer than I like. Well, I know bronzers aren't supposed to be cool tone. That's more contour. Bronzers are supposed to be warmer because they're supposed to warm up your face. And I don't think that's too dark. It actually looks really nice. Blush time. All right, yeah, so we're gonna go in with the Rebel, which is funny, and I didn't really make this comment earlier, but it says the Rebel, but Judd Nelson was obviously like the bad guy. Ooh, that is so pretty. Ooh, I'm loving that. But he wasn't called the Rebel. He was called the Criminal. Ooh, that is so pretty. Oh, that's like right up my alley. I love these kind of pinks. I don't know how well that's translating on camera. Oh yeah, you can tell. That's beautiful. I love that color. Yeah, he wasn't the rebel. I mean, he was a rebel. I mean, he was badass. I love him. But he was a criminal. Like, that was his thing. Like, in the letter at the end of the movie, if you've seen the movie, you know, it says, like, we're all an athlete, a brain, you know, the princess, whatever. He's the criminal, not the rebel. I love that color. That is gorgeous. Oh, it's so pretty. Well, I love a pink blush, guys. I'm a big pink blush fan. Okay, last thing. We're going to do the lighter shade of highlight because there's two here, obviously. I already popped that one in my inner corner. So we're going to do this one with my highlighting end of this brush. This one definitely has a pink kind of fleck in it. Let's see how this does. Okay, I'm looking in the viewfinder. Let me get my blush because I can kind of see it there. It's not as strobing as I thought it would be. It's definitely doing something, but it's not doing as much as I thought. I'm gonna use my finger because I don't know, I feel like highlighters, whoa. And it's so funny because on my finger, it's like, yikes. Oh yeah, that definitely shows up more when I use my finger. Yeah, shows up a little bit better. I think that looks nice. Put a little bit on my nose. There we go. I like it. Not mad at it at all. All right, last step, lips. I decided that I'm gonna go in with the shade Get Real. It's the last one I swatched, and it's more mauve-y here. Now, on the skin, it's still pretty pink, so I don't want it to be too bright, especially because I did a pretty dark eye look. So I'm gonna go in with a liner, an Ofra liner. This is in the shade Wine. It's kind of like a brownie nude. So let me get my lips lined, and then we'll do the lipstick. All right, lips are lined just because I know I don't want it to be too bright and get a little bit of definition too. So let's go in with Get Real. Still pretty pink. Feels good though. That is a very pretty pink. A little brighter than I'd like, but I think with the liner, it actually looks really nice. It's very lightweight, very creamy feeling. I like the way it feels. All right, guys. Well, this is the finished look. I hope you like what I came up with. Let me go ahead and come back and we'll give you some final thoughts as well as prices on everything. All right, guys. So once again, sorry about the lighting, not the best, but overall, I think this is an excellent value. You know, I love the movie, so when I saw it, I was like, I have to have it. I'm keeping the box. I'm gonna get use out of all of the makeup. And honestly, I'm very kind of happy with the way everything performed overall. I'm loving this eye look. The lipstick, you know, a little brighter than my comfort, but I think that the lip liner did help darken it up. So yeah, I think if you're a fan of the movie, it's kind of a no-brainer. Like, you know, it's really cool. The keepsake box is really cool. I'm going to use it as a keepsake box. The products themselves, though, if you like Physicians Formula, then I think you'll be happy with it. Excellent quality on the palette. I think, you know, for 12 shades for $18.50 is a really good deal. It does have a lot of neutrals, as you know, I talked about. That mirror butter and like all the ingredients are there that Physicians Formula is known for. Yet it is still overall unscented. But I'm still telling you, when I opened the box, I could smell it. I could smell it. But excellent quality, excellent value. The mascara is probably my least favorite thing. It wasn't bad. It's just for $12. Like, I feel like I can get a better drugstore mascara that performs better. Overall, excellent collection. Good job, Physicians Formula. I think anyone can appreciate it who just likes makeup made that is cruelty-free, organic, you know, not, it's made for sensitive skin. There's lots of things about Physicians Formula that are good in that regard. So, overall, extremely happy with it. I'm glad I made the purchase. I hope that you try some of the products. If I had to recommend one thing out of the whole collection, I would recommend the eyeshadow palette. I think for $18.49, $18.50, whatever, that's a really good value. So thank you so much for sticking around. And this was a little bit of a long video today, but I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. I've got some exciting stuff coming up. So I am back. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.